more than a year ago.
This was a stunner of a report, and you have to look past the initial headlines on this to really understand what is so stunning about it. Yes, the headline increase in the unemployment rate, kind of a garden variety move to 4.2%. Payrolls growth, 73,000 jobs on the month, below expectations, kind of subpar to where we've been in recent years. But that isn't really what gets your attention. What really grabs you by the throat here is that we had downward revisions for payrolls, making for a total loss of 258,000 jobs in May and June. And this has kind of been in process anyway. And the reason I say that is because we have had very anemic private sector participation in jobs creation for a number of months now, where you look beneath the surface and you see healthcare, social assistance, and basically everybody else is not showing up. And so that's what we see here. And so the question really is, are tariffs, the uncertainty and certainty of tariffs in the economy really prompting employers to hit the pause button? And you have to say that's what's been happening over the past several months now. The big question here is really, where are we going? Where are we right now with the supply and demand of labor? We saw fewer people participating in the workforce here in the latest month. We know that both legal and illegal immigration have slowed sharply in the United States. And in the past, they had been a key source of new workers being added to the workforce. Here, we really have a question about what is the demand for work, and this will be something we'll be watching very closely in the coming months. Essentially, the effective tariff rate for the U.S. economy, or for us right now, is the highest since before the Great Depression. And so that appears to be a tool in the president's toolbox, which is not going to change. So what I would say is that we should brace ourselves for slowing growth. A Bankrate survey of private economists had indicated the risk of a recession over the next 12 months is about 1 in 3. That is far from a certainty, but it is also higher than normal. So we acknowledge the risks. We try to think about where the future paths could lead us. And one of the destinations could be that we have slower growth by the end of the year and higher inflation. That's a bad combination for all kinds of participants, including the Federal Reserve.
We believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a So I'll just say that, we haven't made any decisions about September. We'll be monitoring all the incoming data and asking ourselves whether the federal funds rate is in the right place. A one-time price increase to serious inflation.
One of the mantras for the Federal Reserve officials is that one report does not a trend make. But this is more than one report, because we had downward revisions for the previous 2 months, and private sector jobs creation in July was not anything to write home about. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said in recent days that he's going to be very focused on the unemployment rate, trying to figure out what the implications are with respect to the balance or imbalance between the supply and demand of labor. But the red flag here really is on the payrolls portion. So that may be the problem child that starts to cry for attention. We're just going to have to wait, and they'll have one more jobs report along with a lot of inflation data to digest before their mid-September announcement.